looking.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, to be fair,
I'm just talking about the comic books in general. Like, it was never like it wasn't. She wasn't drawn in that way.
yeah, you see, but it's certain characters like that will fuck up the. That was just it's just crazy. When it's part of. That'd be like if you look up as I don't know. Like I think somebody like Jubilee, you could probably flip it.
Yeah,
you could probably flip it, but flip it. She's supposed to be Chinese, but at the same time, you could have a white girl player. But but at the same time, it would kind of only be offensive to the fans because nobody really. It's sort of like Street Fighter. Nobody on there really looked Asian, so I always liked when they had Asians play them because I always felt like when you do a live action movie, you have to have an Asian play him, even though the Asians want to be white and they draw their characters looking white, and when they get powerful, they turn them blonde hair and blue eyes. So that just tells you a lot about that culture. Like you only can become powerful if you become a white boy, But
don't worry, they didn't leave it there. What color does Supersonic turn?
All of them. Every last anime or movie, the star is going to be a blonde, or when they get powerful, they turn super blind and they have blue eyes suddenly. That's their thing. So it's that the video games, the comics, the cartoons. That's what happens when you get to your ultimate level. You have to turn white.
So
and if you're evil,
that's the peak of power.
And if you're evil, you got to come from fire and be totally blacker than night. I'm like, it'd be so black that I'm surprised the characters don't come back with dreadlocks. You see, so that's how Asia operates, and it's a real thing. But little characters like that, I think you could like Nightcrawler. He don't have a color. You can switch him off to be a brother. Mystique, she don't have a color. Or like Domino, they made her a sister. But at the same time, it's like it's only an argument when you say black and white. What if we jump off the span and say, okay, we could do an X-Men movie and Gambit is going to be a Mexican from New Orleans.
Right.
Would that still be a problem? See, it's like it's only a problem when it's black and white. So that's crazy right there.
So that just makes me excited about the rumor about Xavier being black.
When I saw that, and somebody did an actual little skit showing how Denzel, he was imitating Denzel to the T, how he would portray Magneto. I felt like it could be done, but the secret would be a really dope director and the make-upping. So you can't have Denzel looking like Denzel from Training Day. You would have to have him pulling it the fuck off. The reason I say that is possible because I'm going back to movies like Batman 1 and Malcolm X, in which Tim Burton took a comedic actor who nobody thought was going to be good and made him as serious and crazy as Bruce Wayne Batman is. And Spike Lee took Denzel Washington and made him portray Malcolm X so good that you forgot that Malcolm X was a 6'6" light-skinned brother with red hair and freckles.
Right.
It was for a long time that I assumed this is how Malcolm X looked and acted. Until I started seeing pictures of him and reading that this was a tall basketball playing looking motherfucker with red hair and light skinned, almost high yellow. And I'm like, but hold on, Denzel ain't nowhere near being light skinned. I mean, I noticed they dyed his hair brown for the movie, but okay, you are such a good director, Spike Lee. I love you.
Yeah, you get lost in the role or whatever. So.
Yeah, they say he went as far as reading the Quran, stop eating pork.
Well, yeah, he attended the FY class and everything.
Yeah, he went as far as like trying to figure him out. Like he was serious about playing Malcolm X. So I think it could be possible. It just has to be down to how far that director's willing to go. Now, if you're going to bring him in looking like Denzel from Mo Better Blues Denzel and put a purple suit on him and tell people he Magneto, then you may fuck around and fuck up the church's money. You may.
All right. I don't know if you've heard about this.
What?
There's a Flash movie coming out, and they're talking about bringing back Michael Keaton and Michelle Pfeiffer as their.
I brought that up last week. I didn't know Michelle Pfeiffer was coming back too, but I brought that up last week. Yeah. Also, they said they bring. Remember we was talking about that they bringing back what's his name, Affleck, and he was like, how if they're gonna bring in Pattinson, and I was like, Pattinson's supposed to be the coming of age, the new Batman story, and Affleck version was supposed to be like the middle aged Batman, and then they said,
split up, unlike you do with Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man, they're not coinciding with each other necessarily.
Yeah, but I think they're gonna be the same universe, and then at the same time, dealing with Flash, I think they're gonna break down the multiverses. Because they said the Flash movie is going to kind of fix a lot of shit. Plus, they're re-releasing Justice League, the Snyder Cut, next May. It's already like on slate on HBO. HBO is kind of producing all this shit, so they're giving them
Wait, you said the final cut.
the Snyder cut.
Okay, I thought you said it was going to be a TV show.
No, it's actually supposed to be the cut that he was supposed to have done with the Justice League movie. But I think I don't know if he got fired or if he quit, but he left the project and he gave it to Joss Whedon, who I love Joss Whedon. He created Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but
Right.
I thought that was a bad idea because Joss Whedon had already did like 3 or 4 movies for Marvel. So that's like kind of working with the enemy. Not that he gave them a bad movie. The movie made money, but it wasn't up to par against Marvel. He already hit some.
Ryan Singer, they offered him enough money. He dumped X-Men and went and directed Superman Returns. And bought Scott Summers over with him.
Yeah, Brian Singer, I just be so mixed match with him because he ain't a bad director, but it's just the choices he make. I just be like, I just be like, especially, I'm just glad they got to get rid of him. Then he came back, like, I'm about to do some more X-Men. I'm like, oh my God, Brian, who told you were the expert? Who keeps telling him, like, he's the one? If we're going to do another X-Men.
I do wonder about why they don't try to get more directors. So, like, when you have, like, a succession of movies going like that, and there's no more successor movies now than the MCU because once Spider-Man, I keep saying that, Blade, nobody really counts Blade in there, like, from the 90s as far as movies go. I mean, you had stuff back in, like, what, with the Hulk or whatever.
Well, they said that Blade was like the movie when they realized the potential of what it can be. But as you know, they've been making Marvel movies since the 70s. I didn't know they made and I read it looked kind of good. They made a Doctor Strange movie back in the 70s, a made-for-TV movie. In fact, it was supposed to be a pilot for his show. And it was supposed to be like a spinoff from, at the time, they was producing the Hulk show. And they were considering, making it a Marvel Hour. And that was supposed to be his, that was supposed to be his pilot show, so it was a movie, and I was reading the synopsis to it like, this kind of dope. But they said, what fucked it up? What fucked it up? The way it's the presentation. They dropped the movie during the same time Roots was dropped, so it was kind of like swept under the rug. Nobody gave a fuck about Doctor Strange. Who the fuck is he? And but it was supposed to be like a good movie, dealing with some wizard, and the wizard met the ancient one and tried to kill the ancient one, and the wizard couldn't find out was sent by Morgan Le Fay, and she was played by that bitch who played I forgot her name, but she played on Arrested Development, and she played Archer's mom on those TV show called Archer. She played Morgan Le Fay, and it was just like I was reading like this. I couldn't find that, so I want to watch this because some of them old movies be good. Like you'll fuck around and watch it, and be like, hold on, this shit kind of they need to make a sequel.
Yeah. Right.
So, and then from what I was reading, that was one of those movies, so, and then, Spider-Man, Captain America had movies back then, they tried to fast.
I'm laughing about the old Captain America movie.
That's why, that old Captain America movie was the reason why I never was a Captain America fan.
That's what turned you off. I was reading comic books, so, yeah, that's why I saw it as a joke in the first place. They didn't have the effects per se, but you see what they did with Superman, given what they had. The one before Christopher Reeve, the TV show, Christopher Reeve kind of took it to another level. And like I said, with the original Batman movie that came out in '89, that was such a hit then because that was the first time using the black armor. The only thing you have to compare it to is Adam West and Burwell.
Right.
So the Michael Keaton, Tim Burton directed, that was the next step up and just kept going up from there. And then it got silly in the 90s.
I was watching this interview with this comedian. He was saying that, no, it wasn't a comedian. It was a guy, he works for Howard Stern. He said he was interviewing Adam West about what you just said, that, that cold, campy, crappy version of it. And he said that Adam West had got a serious attitude with him and was telling him basically, nigga, we wasn't playing. We purposely made it like that. How dare you talk about it's campy? And I just went in on him because he was like, they did that on purpose to make it so bad it was good, to make it that corny. That wasn't like their limits.
That's what Trey Stone and Matt Parker said about South Park. They said that's half the thing that makes it funny is the animation is so crappy.
Yeah, so he was saying like they actually worked hard to make that show legendary, like that. So it was.
That's interesting because they said the same thing about the like Sharknado and everything. Like it's so bad, it's good.
I just, I did, and it went to like part 4. I didn't give it a chance because when I heard the name, I was just done. So I didn't even get. And it probably is kind of good, but I just felt like what's going on in the world that a tornado is coming to your house, and the shark comes out the tornado and eats you.
That's why you need Batman with his line of shark repellent sitting on the helicopter dashboard.
That was the only thing up there too. He was waiting for sharks to come to the helicopter. He didn't have nothing
because
else.
Apparently, if you're in an aerial vehicle, you're expecting sharks to be coming at you.
Yes, yeah, you got to keep quite a
supply. Hefty load.
A hefty. He didn't just have one.
Shark
repellent. He had like 5 cans up there. He was ready.
He just went across and he sprayed it and beat it and it fell off. No blood on his leg.
No blood.
So I don't know what kind of bite that shark had on his leg.
That shark was. It's safe to say.
Citizen. That shark was. It took his dentures out. And
I was saying it was special needs, and we need to pray for that shark.
I'm sorry. We should be PC.
PC, special needs. That's right. You can't be like that in this day and age with the Me Too movement. And everything going on in America, we can't call that shark an elder. We have to address it as what it is.
So you always need a can of shark.
You always need it. You always need it. That's rule number 237 in the Batman manual. If you read your manual, if you read your manual.
He trained Robin in the Batcave how to use shark repellent.
It was a workshop. It was a 2-week workshop. It
was like MacGyver.
Read your manual.
Down there showing him how to make shark repellent.
Read your manual. MacGyver was a guest speaker. Read your manual. Read your manual. Just read your manual.
He spoke to him. Someday you're going to be in a helicopter and a shark is going to somehow make it all the way up into the air and onto you. In which case, you will need this can of shark repellent.
In which case, because you got to be prepared.
MSG, Clorox, crumbled up Pop-Tart.
It was a lot going on in the Batcave. Pray for Bruce Wayne.
And apparently Alfred was like, "Son, you may need shark repellent." You're right, Alfred. Load up the dashboard with shark repellent.
I always had like a reoccurring joke when it's like, dealing with that, and Robin parents die. He comes to the Wayne Manor and he see this is
and gets put in some panties. Oh, I'm sorry, what were you saying?
Yeah, and then he come to his room and he see a cape and some panties. And he come down and say, "Mr. Wayne, what's going on? You want to live here, right? I mean, whatever you're with, I would put on the panties. I mean, put on the goddamn panties."
And the S&M.
And the next thing you know, he got this kid jumping off of buildings. And he killed.
And shooting the grappling hook off after they jump.
And he got 3 sidekicks killed. So it's because. No, he lost 3. He lost 3. He only got 1 kid. He lost because it was a panel in which Batman, he saw Patty. He was telling Flash, because Flash had his kids join. They were Flash kids, and Batman was telling him, "I don't think we should have kids join, and we should give them more training before he joined the team." And Flash is basically like, "Miss me with all the bullshit, Bruce." He said, "We are not listening to him. This man has lost 3 sidekicks so far." 3 people. Like, he had to point out, like, nigga, he's the last person to give advice who should be a sidekick. This nigga is just finding kids on the street and making them fight crap.
Offering one after another.
Shit, what's her name? They said, I was watching, reading something, Catwoman supposed to be pregnant now, and then they showed another picture. They had this bitch suited up. I said, Batman hardcore. He got this bitch 9 months pregnant.
I would make that a whole comic book by itself. She in there trying to get child support. And it's Bruce Wayne in the courtroom. Like, "No, Batman knocked you up. I don't know why you're trying to get money out of me, Bruce Wayne, who does not know who Batman is."
That's the defense he would use, too.